Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, going to be a Patreon cast from Katowice 2024. Going to be Solar and Clem here on Equillibrium. I just like casting stuff on this map because I feel like it's vetoed by several players that played in this tournament. And maybe for good reason. They don't like top left versus top right spawns. Brings back memories of Goldenara, top left. Wait, Goldenara was top left versus bottom left, right? When was the last time it was top left versus top right? Anyway, top left it's going to be Solar, and top right it's going to be Clem. Alright, these two players are both excelente. I don't know who's going to come out on top here. I did not personally watch this series, but that's okay. You know, maybe you missed it too. Maybe you were waiting for Falcon to cast. Who knows? Let's check out the Equillibrium rankings as Solar goes for a hatch first, and Clem... very standard racks at the top of the ramping it. Currently, Solar is number 9, and Clem is number 2 on the Equillibrium rankings. Max Spike's still number 3, man. This guy, despite not playing at all at Katowice, is still number 3 in the Equillibrium rankings. They just don't know what to do with him. When he plays games against Premier players, he does well. He just doesn't play in the in-person Premier tournaments. So he never really has to match up against, you know, Cyril when Cyril's at his best, you know, or Raynor when he's playing his heart out. It's tough. It's an interesting problem the Equillibrium rankers have. But there's the expand from Clem. There is the SCV on the scout from Clem. This is all extraordinarily safe out of the Terran player. Solar maybe risking a bit going hatch first, not... you know, drone scouting and all. Overlord hoping to find any place where there would be barracks. Sees the SCV timing and says, that's probably good. And this Reaper, his name was submitted by Kevin. And it is Rocky Balboa. I feel like we've had this name before, but years ago, so it's good to have it back. And he says, yo, Adrian. That's right, Sylvester Stallone. You be a brain-damaged Rocky Balboa, screaming Adrian's name in the Rocky movies. Boxing, man, can be a brutal sport, that's for sure. I actually just listened to a Rewatchables podcast from the Ringer Podcast Network where they talked about Creed, the movie from 2015 or 16, where it looks at the son of Apollo Creed as he has grown up, and he wants Rocky Balboa to train him how to box like his dad. Anyway, I haven't seen the movie. Did I watch a podcast dedicated to the film? I certainly did. Oh, listen to. I did listen to a podcast dedicated to the film, and now I feel like I understand it. Hey! Anyway, third CC coming up from Clem, sub 3 minutes. Solar's third hatch coming up, sub 3 minutes. All's well on this Equillibrium map. Yeah, and what I like about it is it's just... this map is... it's weird, man. Got weird places to expand. You got gold and rich Vespine geyser spots. That's crazy. Oh, and I guess... for those of you who don't know, Rocky Balboa is in Creed. I guess that was intimated when I said that Creed wanted Rocky to train him, right? Yeah, probably. Anywho, speed's on the way from the Lings. We got ourselves a tech lab and a starport, which usually means Banshees. So Banshees here from Clem. This is a Patreon cast. For those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month, I appreciate you all. I love you all. I know things are a little bit tight right now with inflation and stuff, so anyone who's still supporting me, thumbs up. I love you. And if you had to end your support because things are getting tight for you, I totally understand that too. My family's grocery bill has increased way more than I want it to, right? Like buying the same stuff just costs more. Bad times. Anyway, love y'all. And if you're watching this the week of February the 24th, heart emoji. And if you're watching this when I post it on the YouTube channel a month later, well, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 to 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content, including stuff like this, man. Solar and Clem, 2 top 10 players in the world. How much of a difference is there really between the 2 of the top 10 players in the world? Dans le monde. Spores coming up, because guess, oh, it's Liberators. Okay. Liberators, not Banshees. Fair enough. Fair enough. The Viking is already out. We could still make Banshees if we wanted to, though. Definitely the case. Let's see. Stim's on the way from Clem. He knows, right? As this Viking tries to fly over here. He knows that if you want to take down a top 10 Zerg player, a Zerg player who's in the top 10, you gotta harass them, man. You cannot let them sit here for the first 7 minutes of the game and not make anything but drones. You will die 8 billion% of the time. So you gotta do this stuff. You gotta do this stuff. You gotta set up for some kind of a 6.5 minutes, a 7-minute timing attack where the Zerg player has to make Lings and Banes and maybe some Roaches to deal with your incoming attack. This is a lot of Hellions. These are not yellow Hellions, I don't think. Is there an armory? No. Usually when the Terran player is like this judicious, nice hit. Keeping all of his Hellions alive, he's got an armory on the way and he's planning on making them into Hellbats to help with this attack. But I just keep watching that production tab. I don't see any of that going on, friends. Ooh, Solar's taking the gold Vespine Geyser base here. Big fan of that. For a 4th base of his. He's like, I could defend this with Queens. It'll be fine. And you know what? Yeah, it'll be fine. Queens are the answer to every bit of early harassment stuff that's going on. Just gotta have to have enough of them, right? Hey, look, it's 6.5 minutes. Hey, look, 2 medevacs are heading out. They're beelining, I want to say, for this gold base. I had to guess where they're going. The thing is, they're capable of turning. They don't just get shot out of a cannon and they go straight, and wherever they land, they land. They are capable of piloting themselves, too, which is awesome. There we go. Unloading here, right on the creep. Solar sees it. And he got enough Queens here to at least force the Marines to pay attention to them, which is nice. Ling's coming in for the surround with the Queen support, and don't want to lose a medevac, so that is a pickup and a boost out of there. Once again, forcing Solar to make Lings and Banelings instead of drones is a win for Clem. Is a win for Clem. So what they say, what they do. Hey, it is Hellbats. Okay, good. So he was trying to save his Hellions for Hellbat service later on. That many Banelings on creep is tough. Clem says, all right, what if we head up this way instead? Here we go. Marching in. Hellbats trying to keep those Lings out of position. Banelings do bonus damage versus the Hellbats. We sneak back in. Ooh, high ground killing stuff is neat. Widowmine connects. Gets 0 kills. I guess it fired on a Ling that died anyway. This is a very rare situation to get 0 kills, unless you're dealing with Blink Stalkers, I suppose. Macro hatch here in the main base from Solar. You gotta love that. And ooh, sharking around. Clem down south. Clem is so scary. One of the medevacs died, though, so some of these guys don't have a ride home. And it's those 2. Did he intentionally pick the 2 that had the lowest HP? He probably did. Yeah, so, okay. Speed's done for Banelings. It's going to be a little bit harder for Clem to do this now. He's got Widow Mines, though. He's getting Drilling Claws for them. Infestation Pit on the way from Solar. Yeah, this is good. I mean, this is multi-pronged attack. This is what the best Terran players will do. Every time. Nice Widow Mine hit. Widowmine dies. Widowmine. Oh! Gets a big connection. More damage to the medevacs, I think, than almost anything else there. Pretty good defense. Clem has a 4th base down this way. Been expanding behind the stuff. Lurker Den on the way from Solar. I'm not a big fan of Lurkers in this matchup. As you know, I kind of feel like the really only viable strategy against Terran these days is going to be Hydroling Bane Viper and probably some Infestors too. Lurkers and Ultras are just too big. They're big and beefy targets for Ghosts. So the Ghosts, they love seeing that. They're like, oh, you're a tier 3 unit. Lurkers are basically tier 3. Ultras are tier 3. They're big. They have a lot of HP. They are expensive. And Ghosts sniping those units are always worth it, man. Every time. Widowmine fires on a Queen, but Queens can take 1 hit before they die. This, ooh, Infestation Pit targeted. No, he doesn't even want it. He wants this Queen instead. And he wants these lings that are trickling in 2 or 3 at a time. Maybe he's not paying attention. Lings are getting some connections here. He's more worried about these guys getting home than the guys inside the main base getting home because they are too deep to be saved. I guess there are some medevacs hiding in the top right. Counts for something. Hive is on the way. Nah, gonna be seismic spines more than anything else in this game. Right? Seismic spines in production. As soon as that hive finishes, and by that I mean it's Adrenal first. And a Viper. Widow Mine drop. Nope, no connections. Trying to expand down this way. That's a kill on that hatch. That is not a cancel. And man, this is Clem's favorite place to hang out. Again, Hydraling Bane shows up, and this group's like, oh, bad. Super bad times here. Clem working on +3 attack for his dudes at 10 minutes, which is just sick upgrade timings, man. Really good stuff. Widow Mines do take down an Overseer. She was previously injured from something else. Actually, Overseers are probably dudes. I don't know. It's a Zerg unit, man. Great Tumor! That Tumor should not be allowed to live. You need to focus the Tumor. I know you want the Bane. Oh my gosh, that Tumor lived. That's big for Solar. This has been a big-time staging ground for Clem, and if there is creep there, Solar has a much better chance of dealing with it. Drop it inside the main base where there are a million Hydras, and okay, never mind. See, the Hydras are good against medevacs too. That's why Hydra Ling Bane is great. Lurkers can't deal with medevacs. Ultras can't deal with medevacs. I always say, you manage to murder a Terran player's medevac count, you're going to have a much easier time defeating him the longer the game goes on. Adrenal finishing up is a big-time deal. Always a game changer, Adrenal. You know how much it is. Look at these Lings, much more willing to engage now that they have the Adrenal upgrade. With 2-2, Clem's got a stutter step back with an inch of his life here. Nidus, I mean, he's got a Nidus network. You might as well toss up a Nidus Worm. He decides not to instead. Okay. He could. He's got that Nidus network. It's great. It's fancy. Clem laying off the pressure just for a little bit here at 12 minutes. Doesn't seem great. I know, it's a lot to expect someone to continually pressure someone else they're playing against forever and ever and ever, right? No breaks! There we go. See, snipes on some of those lurkers before they even manage to burrow for the first time. Clem wants to hold this high ground, but a little bit difficult to get up there. Split! No, no split. Solar splits are not as good as Rainer's or Serral. He did Nidus! The ghost goes down. The ghosts are good against lurkers, but not 1 against 6, I'm afraid. Oh, 13 SCVs going down. They can hit this orbital from here? No, they cannot. Even if they have seismic spines, which they do. And then look at this. Snipe, snipe, snipe. Every lurker dies. They don't get back inside the Nidus because they die. There's nothing in that Nidus anyway, so no unload potential. We're just kind of mashing the front door. Here is Solar with the Hydraling Bane stuff. Yeah, this is what makes Falcon happy. Is this. Factory gonna die? But, no, just kidding. Factory doesn't even get into the red there. 7 more SCVs go down. What is this? A Marine. Somehow. Must have gotten dropped in there. Number of drones dead today, 10. And number of SCVs, 22. And 32 Widow Mines have died. This might be one of those few games, right? Ow, ow, ow. One of these few games where Widow Mines are dying and they might not be paying for themselves. It's tough. It's really kind of embarrassing when it happens, too, for a Terran player. They don't tell their friends and family about it back home when it happens. Advanced Ballistics coming in. I heard another snipe. And Nidus Worm gonna die. Solar heading up again. He's got his Adrenal Lings. They've got +3 armor and +2 attack, but yeah, Planetary 27 damage or 27 kills there. Yep, it's gonna be tough. It's tough to deal with if there's an army sitting on it too, right? But man, Solar's base count is concerning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. 8 bases for the Zerg on this map. In fairness, Clem's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Which seems tenable, right? Totally doable. Another Knight is coming up in the bottom right here. Just right on top of a base that Clem has recently taken that doesn't have any SCVs at it. So, forcing a lift off, but nothing too crazy, right? Just Nidus erupts at the same time. A bunch of Adrenalings show up inside your third base. Widow Mines. Oh, big hit. Solar just doesn't really care about Widow Mine hits today. He certainly doesn't seem to. Lifting that orbital. This Nidus died. Okay. Fair enough. The Viper's even really been used for anything today as another Nidus comes up at this base that Clem is trying to establish. Creep spreading. And, alright, so the lurkers come out. One of them dies immediately. The Seismic Spines does make it hard for Ghost to make that happen. We're back with more Lingbane Hydra. So the strategy here for Solar today has been, we're going to Lurker Nidus in different places. And then when the Terran is worried about that, we're going to show up with Hydraling Bane and assault his front. If I had to guess, that's what he'd written down on his notepad prior to playing this game. Yeah? Yeah. 2 Widowmine kills there. We know there's Ghost Academy because we have ghosts. What else are we missing here? Anything? Not really. It's more Liberators, more Ghosts, more Marines, more Widowmines. We're going for vehicle and ship plating level 3, which is nice. It's a nice animation. It really is a nice animation. Ah, Changelings made it deep into Clem's base. Alright, Solar says, can we go again? I don't know. I don't know if we can go again, sons. Liberator got F2A moved, I think, back here. It's not ideal. Liberator! There's no detection, though. You got it. There you go. The lurkers are underground, sir. You also really should maybe move the Liberators up. There is a lurker out of range of your Liberator that's getting SCV kills. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great either. Extra Liberator support as a new Nidus erupts. You need another scan, though, sir. Every scan is not a mule. More Nidus is coming up. Solar is employing this lurker strategy in a way that I really haven't seen a Zerg player do in a while. Remember the first time I saw Raynor do it? You know, 2-3 years ago, back when he was kind of getting this whole lurker meta started in TVZ. With the Niduses, obviously, the Niduses are a big part of that. Against Terran, especially. But yeah, Solar seems to be maybe the biggest fan of that strategy right now. Factory dies to Banelings. This Nidus Worm. Ling's making a run by. Taking out a couple SCVs with their adrenal gland upgrades. Snipes. Once again, if all you can find to sniper Hydra is you don't feel great about your role as a ghost anymore, you know? But Clem's defending. He's defending hard right now. You're going to figure out these are changelings in time. I don't know. More Liberators being added into the group. Another reason why Ultras aren't very good is that Liberators exist. Solar just really keeping the pressure on today. And I just don't see Clem. I don't know. It's going to come down to resources, right? Solar's lost 40,000 resources today. Clem's lost 28 as he shoves the Zerg away again. For the 100th time. He hasn't really lost a lot today, right? He's lost a planetary. That's it. No other orbitals, no other command centers. He's done a good job keeping those alive. The medevac count is hefty at 9. He has lost 12 of them, but this is within standard operating procedures. Hatch down. Okay, what do I say? Kill 10 hatches against an elite Zerg player and beat him. This Nidus Swarm is not coming up. There was a half second where maybe you could have unloaded a lurker into that mess and it would have died. Building armor coming in. High-sec auto-tracking here from Clem. I'm really surprised Solar hasn't expanded up here yet. Seems to be maybe something that he would be interested in trying to accomplish at the rate he's doing this. In comes Ben favoring Solar pretty heavily with a little dips down into the red there with the mule production from Clem, as is normal. A nuke is on the way from Clem. Please give us a nuke. Come on, Clem. You're our nuke guy. Oh, gosh. This is a big army, though. Okay, once again, forcing it out. Forcing it away. Too many Liberators in good positions with advanced ballistics. Yeah, Hydra's getting wiped out by the Liberators. The Banelings are just walking through the circles. A lot of them are exploding on Ghosts, which is nice. The Ghosts die, but it's not a cost-efficient use of Banelings. It's like sometimes you kind of have to do stuff. But that's all you can do. But good, snipe on those Overseers is fantastic. And once again, yeah, that hurt from Clem, but it's not like he's taken death levels of damage here, right? He wants to expand here, but creep is spreading up this ramp at an alarming rate, and there's a lurker burrowed in the ground here. Which I know I say it every time, but like this giant mass of metal should be able to crush anything that's burrowed down there. I mean, it's under the ground. It's not on top of the ground. Why does it prevent it from landing? Maybe there's like sewer systems that have to be accommodated for a command center, and the Ling down there is obstructing those. I don't know. Okay, well, Greenolings with 3-3 this time, deep into the natural base of Clem. That's not good, but Clem expanding here is good. Planetary up. He's probably going to planetary that CC as well. Yeah, this game has been a bloodbath, and it's only 21 minutes in, y'all. 54 to 34,000 resources, though. It's just how many... Solar made enough money to overcome the fact that he's losing so much stuff, right? Once again, Solar shows up to a party. He's not quite sure he wants to engage with it. He wants that planetary so bad. Nope, he goes after the other one. And he's like, maybe I... No, can't get this one. This guy, buff. 28 kill planetary fortress. Another Nidus down. Dude, Nidus worms today, nonstop. 15 of them have gone down in a 20-minute game. That... Clem's going to hear Nidus worm eruptions in his nightmares today. And maybe if he watches my casts, too. Ow. Lings all die, but that friendly fire certainly took something else with him. 17 kills on that Widowmine. These two Widowmines are well placed. 17 and 10 kills apiece on those guys. Nah. Nope. Bad. Bad. Liberator. Setting up. Feeling good. Dude, Clem. This is Showtime-esque defending here out of Clem. Should we call him the wall? He's the Terran wall compared to the Protoss wall. Infestors have been added into the comp here. Fungals are good. Fungals are always good. If you watch any ZVTs on the channel over the last couple months, you know. Zergs are really incorporating Fungals into their ZVT in a way that Fungals have kind of become a victory lap sort of a deal, where you get a Fungal off on a big group of bio, then they all die, and the Terran GG's out, right? Yeah, this third base has been a horrible place to work. Why are their drones dying? Oh, Liberator setting up at this base, like inches from the main base of Clem. Aha! Liberator circles just coming through with the ground units and leaving the Hydras to deal with the Liberators on their own. That's exactly what Solar's been trying to go for here. But once again, he's forced to flee. He has really not been able to close the door here. He's up 50 supply overall. 124 to 90 army supply, but 65,000 to 46,000 resources lost. It's still around 20,000 resources lost more here for the Zerg player. This base being harvested is another just cog in the machine of Solar trying to make enough money to defeat Clem. This is an economic situation. Ooh, 2 Kree Infestors is nice. EMPs it and then kills it just in case it has enough energy to fungal. All right, planetary, let's go. Response time by Clem, not great, but Lings pull back. Army value about even. Once again, not many snipe targets here. The Vipers, yes. The Infestors, definitely yes. Those are the snipe targets at this late stage game of a TVZ in the current meta. Liberator stuff. Again, more Liberator stuff. Okay, just trying to slow down this Zerg machine. I could see Clem winning this game. I know he's been on the back foot forever, and I know usually the player that's on the back foot forever is the one who loses. But I don't know about this time. The resources lost have just been immense for Solar. Okay, this planetary is finally going to die. And I don't know. I don't know if we can come back from this. 15 SCVs died. 14 drones have died to Liberators, I guess. Yeah, that's a 16 kill lib. No big deal. 16 kills is great. Workers' death, 100 SCVs have died, and 33 drones have died. Okay. Yeah, this might just be a bit of a final push here. If Clem can't have this base, I think he's dead. Yeah, Clem cannot have this base. I know he shoved the Zerg away, but the Zerg will be back, and in greater numbers. This base being, well, it exists for Solar. It's not representing any income for him, though. Solar's at 150 supply and has no money left. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Lings again trying to get good value. Widowmine gets more hits on Marines than anything else, I would say. And ICMP on that Infestor again. Infestor that has energy burrows. He tries to get out of the scan and then says, I want to get a fungal, but Clem is just staying back enough away from that Infestor to disallow it. Army value 93 to 78 here. Clem is up. Oh, and there's the fungal. Clem kind of shoves it away. What's tricky about the medevac here, that is, you want it to be healing. There you go. But you don't want it to die. And Godlike Command Center dies. And Solar taps out. Clem is your winner in 26 minutes. What did I say? What did I say? This is one of those rarities where the Terran player really can't get much damage done out on the map. He only killed 3 hatcheries today, which in a 27-minute game, I would say that's not enough. But it's really weird that Solar kills this command center and then GG's. Like the fact that he kills a ton of SCVs. Right? He takes down the command center and then goes, that's my GG. What the heck, man? Oh, I just have to get back here. Yada, 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 yada. But seriously, hit that like button, man. What a great game out of Clem. Great game out of Solar, too, but the resources lost tab just doesn't lie. 24,000 more resources lost for Solar today. And we're just going to try to pause it right at the GG, which is tough to do. Right here, basically, is it. Right. So what? I guess it's 94 to 66 army supply. It's not great for Solar. His army consists of a Lurker, 7 Hydras. Okay, it's not great. 3 Vipers and 2 Infestors. No money to really make anything else because of all of the drones that have died today. This base got wiped out by, I don't know, a handful of Marines, I guess. This Liberators casually got 14 kills. This one never got dealt with, and it has 20 kills. Yeah, he just doesn't have much of an army. I mean, Clem doesn't either, but 6 Liberators is just going to be really hard for 7 Hydras to deal with, right? There was a nuke that Clem never launched. He was never really in a position to get out there on the map to do that, which is hilarious. But, man, yeah, this is resources lost, the game. 79,000 to 55,000. That is a full 24,000 resources lost more by Solar today. And you don't actually have to kill that many bases if you're Clem, right? 3 hatcheries down and 37 drones died. It's not even like a ton of drones went down either. Way more SCVs died. 124 of them got wiped out. 125, I know how to read. 2 planetaries and an orbital command. And a command center, if we count this one that dies right as the GG happens, because we should. Yeah, 77 Widowmines died. I'm not sure they really paid for themselves at all, but just really good micro, really good falling back, really good not taking that many fungals. The fungals were a little bit late from Solar as well, I think. If he'd maybe incorporated those a little bit earlier, yeah, it would have been good. I don't know. All right. Well, that was great. That was a fantastic display of TVZ for this Patreon cast. And man, Solar taps out. Clem gets the win here. It's just so rare. It is so rare to see a player just on the their heels, right? Just back it up and back it up and back it up and back it up and desperately trying to get new bases, and it's so hard, and the Zerg has the entire map. And you've lost so many SCVs, and 2 planetaries have died, and other bases have been canceled, and it's so tough. But Clem's just like, if I just keep making good trades, Liberator's getting free stuff, right? EMPs on those infestors, so they're not as effective. Just doing that over and over and over and over and over, and dealing with the lurker stuff. And yeah, and say it again, right? I'm not sure that lurkers pay for themselves in this matchup. I don't know if they're a good idea. Just how many, right? How many TVZs have we seen where lurkers have been heavily involved? 17 lurkers died today and 15 Nidus worms. And the Zerg player has won against Terran. It's tough. It's really tough. All right. So GG! And that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.